recently, there is still this popular depiction that immigration begins in the 1950s. And yes, that did happen, and it's true, but it's not the only story that should be told. At the same time as Elizabeth I is exchanging dialogue with leaders from the Orient, there were anti-Turk ballads being sung in England at the time. And we call it the term Islamophobia, but it certainly existed in different forms. And you see that as a thread throughout the book, that people in England are hostile towards coffee because it comes from the Turks. So you always have this fear, suspicion, hostility that exists. For instance, does it change the perception of mosque building in this country?
Yeah.
To point out to people that the first mosque structure was built back in 1762 at Kew Gardens.
Yeah.
And it was commissioned by a royal princess, the mother of George III.
Yeah.
That changed the perception of whether a mosque belongs in Britain or not. Maybe. At one time, you have in Tudor and Stuart England, and then later in Georgian England, a sort of aspiration to look like the Orient, so that people want the cultures and the language and the art and the produce of the Orient because it's seen as superior. And perhaps that's one reason why the history gets lost. More recently, though, I think some of it is ignorance and laziness. So you have people who have very narrow visions telling a certain history of Britain that's very monocultural. Britain couldn't be what it is today without the long history of its relationship with the Orient and with Muslim societies and people. And that is something that we just simply have to acknowledge.
Yeah.